Oh golly gee, what a splendid day it is for a ray gun recap. So many great stories to talk about. Come join me, won't you? Oh boy, it sure is an advertiser-friendly day, wouldn't you say, Paul?
It sure is, Chris. I can't wait to hear all today's wonderful stories.
Oh, gee whiz, what an immaculate attitude you have, Paul. What an immaculate attitude. Reminds me of my attitude before the wars. Welcome to the first official advertiser-friendly ray gun recap, and let's just jump on into it right now. Let's just get right into the stories. Our first story today comes from Cosmopolitan.com in the form of an article that reads, "Why guys get turned on when you orgasm, and why that's a bad thing."
Oh no, Chris. Oh God.
Oh my goodness, what's
no.
wrong, Paul?
This story's about sex, Chris. This isn't advertiser friendly at all. What are we gonna do?
Oh, don't you worry, my autistic steed. Sex and sexuality are as advertiser-friendly as anything could possibly be.
Really?
Yes, really. You remember Amy Schumer? She was slated to play Barbie in the live-action film. Barbie, that's a fucking kid's toy, dude. And she gets paid to make jokes about making snow angels in human semen. Don't you remember Cartoon Network's Totally Spies? That was just hot women in tight suits all day, and that was on a kids show. That was on weekdays at noon, Paul.
Gee, Chris, I guess you're right.
Of course I'm right, Paul. When have I ever been wrong? You fucking moron. Paul, we've got to realize that nobody cares about the topic of the situation at hand. Nobody really gives a shit if that's advertiser-friendly. It's all about what you think about it that's advertiser-friendly. If you disagree with the public opinion on it, yeah, it's probably not going to be too advertiser-friendly. So as long as we toe that line, we'll be good to go. You know, guys, I, for one, champion the author of this article. I think they've put forward an amazing point. Men enjoying the fact that women are enjoying themselves? Classic sexism. That goes all the way back. That shit's in the Iliad. What a fucking absurd premise. What, men liking women's orgasms is a bad thing now? Jesus Christ, how far are we gonna spin this? That's like saying, hey, if you felt good about giving somebody a gift and they enjoyed it and you feel good about them enjoying your gift, oh, well, you're just a selfish piece of shit for how dare you fucking enjoy the fact that you made somebody else's day. Jesus Christ, you're not allowed to feel good about making other people feel good? What is this, the new cardinal sin? And what, does this go the opposite way? If like a woman feels good about pleasing her man, is she a piece of shit? No, well of course not, because that would make it consistent. It's only sexist when men do it, obviously. Is what I would say if I was a meanie jerk face. I would never suggest that. Women can do no wrong. Casey Anthony was just misunderstood. I mean, think about it, just the nerve of the typical human male thinking he's entitled to feeling good about things. What an asshole. Fuck me dry like American pie. I totally forgot that we weren't allowed to curse. I'm sorry, guys. I slip up sometimes. I'm from New York. These things slip out sometimes. Apologies. Our next story comes from a website called News Hub. It's a little old and it's a little minor, but I thought it was pretty funny. I thought I might as well bring it up in the recap because I got a good chuckle out of the headline. Overweight woman says seatbelt laws racist to fat people. Ah, yes, the proud fat race. Hey, Paul, I bet that race would be over pretty quick, huh? Chris Raygun Incorporated.llc.com. Chris Raygun speaking. Oh, right, yes. No fat shaming? Okay, well, I'll just go fucking lynch myself then, okay? Jesus Christ is alive. Praise be to Allah. It's mail time, it's mail time.
Allahu Akbar!
Did you hear that, guys? It's mail time. And by mail time, I mean parcels, letters, and packages. I don't mean the mail sex. This is an all-inclusive space. Our first letter comes from Jack in Topeka, Kansas. Let's see what he's given us today. Oh, it's... Well, would you look at that? It's a spit-soaked napkin with 4 vitamin gummies in it. Thank you, Jack from Topeka, Kansas. Alright guys, I've just been informed that due to maximum budget cuts, we can no longer afford to keep the P.O. box open, so mail time is canceled. Thanks, Wall Street Journal. Nah, man, I'm just kidding. A lot of people are giving the Wall Street Journal a hard time. I don't think that's fair. I mean, some people might suggest that they're nothing but a bunch of vacuous cunts who deserve every heart-wrenching tragedy that will ever befall their lives, but I wouldn't go that far, guys. I think that's just mean-spirited. I would never say that I would never say that. You know, because I've heard a lot of people talk about the Wall Street Journal saying, oh, you know what, they're nothing but a bunch of spineless piece of shit cowards who deserve nothing but the worst life has to offer. You pieces of shit. What, you're gonna attack an entire fucking medium, an entire platform of small businesses just because you can't keep up? Just because you and your fucking ivory tower can't keep up with people in their fucking bedrooms? You're gonna throw a fucking hissy fit about it? Where, I'm dying, I'm becoming irrelevant. Well, you know what, you fucking deserve it, you pieces of shit. Is what other people say about the Wall Street Journal. I would never say that. This is a family-friendly show. This is an advertiser-friendly episode of a very, very kind and very loving show. All right, guys, let's find another advertiser-friendly story to talk about. Daddy's getting upset. Daddy's blood pressure is getting pretty high. Here's a cheerful one. White supremacist in New York City, sword killing, charged with murder as terrorism. White supremacist. I'm a white supremacist.
Stop.
Watch out.
No, why,
I'm a white supremacist.
Guys, okay, stop. That's actually a weapon.
Look out.
Stop.
Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, are pretty jaded to the term white supremacist because as of late, that word has taken to just mean pretty much anything that isn't liberal. But shockingly enough, in this particular case, it actually legitimately applies. This story is insane. This guy genuinely hated black people so much to the point where he decided, you know what? I'm gonna go sword one to death. I don't think you heard what I just said because you're not doing a fucking triple front flip and praying for the asteroid to come sooner. So let me just repeat that again so you get the fucking gravity of the situation. He sworded a man to death in Manhattan. Dude fucking straight up Zelda'd a man. Imagine waking up one day, right, and you think these exact thoughts. You think this exact sentence. You know what? Today's not my best day, but at least a white supremacist won't sword me to death. Imagine thinking that to yourself and being wrong about it. This is the reality we inhabit, guys. This is where we live.
That Amy Schumer. She may look like a camel, but a jihadi dead is.
Breaking news. Turns out we're in the middle of we're starting the World War III. Trump's got something to do with Sirius Black. He shot a tomahawk at him. So we're gonna have to get ready to go to war. We're gonna have to get our military gear up, and hope everybody's ready. Hope everybody's ready to get shipped off to fight a war that they don't believe in. Just kidding. It's probably not going to be the case. It's actually probably really just more of a slap on the wrist than anything. But a lot of people are freaking out about it. I'm getting claustrophobic. And I think that's going to do it for today's episode of Ray Gun Recap. We tried to do a little bit of an advertiser-friendly kids show kind of thing today. It didn't really pan out. I'm not really cut out for that. But you know what? Just like a proper kids show, I like to think that we did learn a few valuable lessons today. Lesson number 1. Men shouldn't feel accomplished for any reason. Lesson number 2, fat people are a race. Lesson number 3, the Wall Street Journal should kill itself. Lesson number 4, there's always somebody having a worse day than you, so you should learn to appreciate all that you have. And lesson number 5, the most important one of all, none of this matters because World War III is starting and all that you've ever known and loved is now at risk of complete and utter devastation. What a morally wholesome program. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I appreciate you stopping by, as always. Sorry if this video took a long time to make. Truth be told, I wrote the first draft of it when there was, like, no news going on, and then I recorded it, and then all this World War III shit happened, so I had to cut stuff out and put stuff in and film new shit. It was a very tedious process. I'm trying to treat the Ray Gun recaps as, like, an excuse for me to do a bunch of random shit. So if you like this, maybe tune in next time. Next time won't be a green screen. I'm probably just going to do a normal one because good lord. So yeah, from here on out, normal videos will come out at a far quicker pace. Jesus Christ. And one last quick message. I'm sure all of you guys know about the YouTube ad boycott by now. I think everybody knows about it. But long story short, yes, we are getting hit pretty hard, but I think we'll be able to pull through, especially because so many of you have contributed to the Patreon in the last couple days. The Patreon nearly doubled in size in the last, like, 2 days, just out of sheer word of mouth, just people talking about channels that they want to support. I didn't mention it whatsoever, and people flocked to it. I really appreciate that shit. It really helps the channel, especially now during this ad crisis. I can't thank you guys enough. But I also wanted to direct your guys' attention to the Teespring store because I feel like that's a better way to help the channel. I appreciate all the Patreon donations. It's incredible, but I feel very odd as somebody who makes content on YouTube without having any rewards. It just feels weird to receive money just in exchange for free content. I would prefer you guys get a shirt so that way you're paying for something that you're getting in return. You're not just getting, you know, nothing. So yeah, we got Kill Me, we got Perfectly Fine, we got Take Me Away Paul, and we got a bunch of other shirts there and a bunch of other mugs and shit. So if you wanted to help out the channel, that would be the best way to do it, and I would greatly appreciate it. If not, just stick around and hopefully we can pull through this nonsense. And that's all I gotta say today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Okay, this is Mark English reading for Chris Raygun. So Green Goblin voice. Okay, let's do this. In the famous words of Quebblecop. Okay. Woo. Okay.
This is a story about sex, Chris.
What am I doing?